Yeah. It's for you.
Are you sure?
In 1998,
Are you sure it's me?
reality show Airline hit the screens, which followed the ground staff and cabin crew and passengers at some of the world's busiest airports.
And 25 years later, the show's making a comeback as clips of the no-nonsense star of the show, Jane Bolton, has been going viral online with people calling her a British icon.
Yeah, before we chat to her, let's look back at some of her funniest moments.
They told me that slots was brought forward to on time. So I can only pass on the information that I've been given to you.
On time, it was 1:50. You lied.
I haven't lied to you at all. I've just passed you on what I was told.
The check-in was closed. We couldn't get you on it. No, I said, lady, she came back to tell me. I'm afraid there's not another lady with stripy hair like you.
Bothered. Not.
Susie has tried to find a more sympathetic ear. Instead, she's found Jane Bolton.
Obviously, we can't bought you from a coffee shop, so...
You really ought to make sure people do understand fully.
With all due respect, 138 passengers got on that flight. Do you need any help?
I was going to get a cup of tea.
That's all right, you get a cup of tea and I'll tell you what you have to do afterwards.
Turned round and there she was there. Well, my guardian angel.
Are you all right? Have you been drinking or...? Are you all right, sir? You can't stay in the morning. I mean, I'm hungover, but please.
If these guys weren't here, I'd say something different. But
I'm doing my job. There's no need to be rude. If you let me finish, sir.
Get out.
Every
Listen, I'm talking.
You don't need to point at me, sir. Some people are very rude, aren't they? Bye, thank you, merci. Oh, dear.
And the incredible Jane Bolton joins us now. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jane.
I bet you're thinking, I'm on the sofa this morning. What is going on? This happened 25 years ago. Why am I here? I mean, why did it even blow up online? What happened?
I've got no idea. I honestly have no idea. I think a few weeks ago, I've got 13-year-old twins and a 15-year-old, all girls.
Yeah.
And one of them mentioned, oh, Mum, there's something about you on TikTok. And I thought, no, don't be ridiculous. And, of course, I never even had TikTok. You know, I'm not very good on social media.
Yeah.
I'm 53 on Sunday. I've got no idea. So, anyway, one of them showed them, and then I've got older nieces that came round and said, oh, I think you need to set up a TikTok account. And then within 48 hours, like 1 million views and...
So you set up the TikTok account and just put, what, you put some of your old stuff on
No,
there?
no, it's other people. They're putting clips online and then they're saying she's an icon.
So the fact you had a TikTok account, then people are tagging you into stuff?
No. So you had the TikTok account to thank people for all this big blow-up.
And to be nosy and see what was out there, really.
Yes.
Of course, I hadn't seen it. And I think the most bizarre thing is a lot of the comments are, you know, my mum used to watch you, my dad used to watch you, we think you're an icon. Weirdly enough.
Well, I've always thought he was an icon, to be honest with you.
Thank you, but I just find it really weird. But half of them, I don't think were even born when it came out.
So you've got, like, a whole new line of fans.
I mean,
this is amazing.
Jay, this must be blowing your mind. You must be like, how did this happen?
I know. I'm quietly doing my thing.
What do the kids think of everything? What are they saying? Are they embarrassed? Are they loving it?
I think at first, when they first saw it, they were a little bit, oh. And now that their friends at school are saying, oh, you know, during class, oh, your mum's on TikTok. Now I'm a complete embarrassment.
What do you think it is? Do you think the fact that... Because everyone, you know, your whole persona was, you know, nonsense, but invariably, you weren't like that off the bat. It was always when people are kind of, like, intolerant and rude to you, you were just kind of, like, basically short and you didn't take any off people, basically.
No,
that was it.
yeah.
So do you think that's what it is now, that people are kind of relating to that?
I think, you know, I mean, gosh, if I wouldn't probably behave like that now. I think you forget sometimes you've got a mic on and I would say something under my breath as I walked away, which I, you know, years later on, I wouldn't do that. But I think, you know, now people are so afraid to actually say anything. But I think as well, you know, you didn't see a lot. You know, it was all cut and edited down. Sometimes I would have been with them for hours. And, you know, some people would spit, some people would throw luggage at you. You know, they weren't very nice situations.
Yeah.
So you used to see the end of something most of the time.
The thing is, you weren't always curt to people. You did help a lot of people,
yeah,
didn't
mostly,
you?
to be fair, but that didn't make good TV.
Wasn't there a time there was an old lady, she'd missed her flight, and you actually took her home?
Yeah, I had a lady, I think she was around 78, and she missed a flight. It was quite late in the evening. I think she was only going to Scotland, and I couldn't leave her in the airport. I lived on my own in a flat, and I took her home and made her something to eat, with a cup of tea and a natter, and I got up early the next day when I was off and drove her into the airport.
See, there you go. That's customer service right there.
Yeah.
Going the extra mile. The thing I love about this is we live in a world now where, for the most part, when people pile on social media, it's for the most part, it's pretty negative, isn't it? And especially, you know, with like TikTok or someone who's got no checks and balances. The fact that you're getting all this kind of positive affirmation is almost...
amazing.
It's quite a story, really, isn't it?
I know. I was expecting a whole barrage of, oh, my God, you're really horrible, you're such this, you're such a... But actually, it's been complete opposite. So, yeah, it's been a shock, but a nice shock.
And what about at the time, Jane, when you was doing this? Was it a shock at the time and the fact that everyone knew who you was?
Yeah.
You wasn't getting paid for it, you were just doing your job?
No, never been paid for anything of it. But I think at the time, I think when it first happened, we got told, because I used to supervise at the beginning the check-in area, we got told that they were going to be doing some filming and that they would probably only be with me for a couple of days, a few hours. Well, that turned into years, every day for my full 12 hours.
And what was it like? Because it was pretty much the first kind of, I don't know, what do you call it, docusoap or reality show out there. So you were properly going in wide-eyed without...
Friday.
Really?
10 million, yeah.
Did you ever think, oh, I don't want to do this anymore?
I think, you know, when you used to go shopping in your, you know, Asda, people would go through your trolley and ask you what you eat.
No.
Yeah, or you'd go back to the staff car park and there would be some people, like, you know, hanging around by your car.
So
my
strange.
goodness.
Yeah, that was a little bit, you know, you felt a little bit uncomfortable with something, because obviously I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
And you're thrust into the spotlight that you weren't expecting. And we never expected it, I think, to be what it was and as big as it was. So it was a real shock. So then for it to all finish, and now...
You're a TikTok star.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're a star again.
TikTok star, I don't know what to do with it.
Maybe you should tell everyone about the cakes, because you actually make cakes now.
I do, yes. I work from home. I have my own cake business. I do birthday cakes. I've got to go home and finish. I've got a wedding cake to do for tomorrow,
So you need to put those on your TikTok.
Yeah.
I have put a few of them on
people
there.
love all that,
yeah,
don't
I have
they?
put a few. I have put a few. I've got a few messages of people saying they want to drive for miles and miles, but I'm lucky enough that I'm quite busy with that, so I don't, you know...
Jane, you got still the same no-nonsense approach to cakes as well? You're like, well, you wanted 3 tiers, you're going to get 3 tiers, love.
No, I'm completely not like that at all. I see my children. No.
You do find when you're younger, though, you're a bit more feisty.
Well, also, you got to bear in mind...
I've calmed down, I've mellowed.
But also, you know, you're there, you've 12 hours, whatever it is, you just got people shouting at you, you're going to...
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We had over 100 people a day, Miss F Light, so it was full on.
I'm going to go and watch some TikToks tonight. Thank you so much.
Jane,
for joining
thank
me.
you.
It's been lovely to meet you.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's
lovely.
lovely chatting to you.